Good morning, it's Tuesday, October 5th. I'm Tom Elliott and this is my market report. Now, yesterday there was a public holiday in New South Wales and on light volumes the Australian share market was extraordinarily strong. Well, today we woke up, the Dow fell 0.7% last night, our market down about 1% in morning trade, so it's given up almost all of yesterday's gains. Now, of course, all eyes are on the Reserve Bank at the moment. Will they, won't they increase interest rates this afternoon? The financial markets are betting on a 0.25% increase, saying that that's about 70% likely, if that makes sense. Personally, I don't think it's the right time for the RBA to be lifting rates. And it's not just because, like many millions of Australians, I've got a home mortgage as well. It's just that inflation isn't really on the rise. What we're seeing is, with the very strong Australian dollar, that costs of many goods in the shops, clothing, electrical, white goods and so forth, things that are made in China and imported here, priced in US dollars, have actually become cheaper, or indeed they certainly haven't risen in price. I think the Reserve Bank would be doing the right thing to keep interest rates on hold, at least for another month, until the September quarter inflation data is out. Then again, I don't run the Reserve Bank, so we will see. The other big thing, of course, will be if the Reserve Bank does lift rates, will the big four banks A, follow suit, or B, even increase their mortgage rates more than what the RBA did? Now, back in April of this year, National Australia Bank made a pledge at the time that it would not increase its mortgage rates any more than what the Reserve Bank did. It'll be interesting to see tomorrow whether the NAB still feels bound by that pledge. Anyway, banking stocks are about down 1 to 1.5% in morning trade. Commodity prices were a bit lower in London overnight, so unsurprisingly shares in BHP, Rio, Fortescue and so forth are all weaker. One of the few stocks going up this morning is Foster's. Continued speculation about whether or not Foster's will be the subject of a bid. As I've said many times before, I think the two most likely bids for Foster's are Asahi, which is a Japanese brewer, or of course SAB Miller, which is the old South African breweries mixed with US Miller Brewing. We've got a few other things happening as well. Now, in takeover land, there's a very interesting bid going on for an iron ore company called Sphere Minerals. You probably haven't heard of it, but mining giant Xstrata has bid $2.50 a share cash. Yesterday the stock rose to $2.70, and it turns out that a Singaporean group has taken an 8.6% stake. Rumour has it that the Singaporean group is preparing an alternative proposal for the company. It may or may not be a full bid, but the point is that this one has still got some way to play out. It wouldn't surprise me if Xstrata had to pay just a little bit more to make sure that it was successful in its takeover bid. Overall, October, as we know, many times in history has seen substantial wobbles in the share market. The great crashes of 1929 and 1987 took place in this month, so it's a time to be careful. Having said that, September's often a bad month as well, and yet the September we just had was pretty good. I'll have more to say next week when we know the interest rate decision in full.